Okay, I think we are live. Hey, welcome and thank you for joining me today. I'm so grateful that you are here. I'm glad you are investing in yourself, in your mindset, and your leadership today. Those things matter so much more than we think they do. My goal is to add value to you and for you to be glad you invested your time with me today. Today, I'm going to talk about moving from busy to balanced, sharing with you 3 strategies to find more time in your week. I've seen these work in my own leadership. I've seen these work in the leadership of clients that I work with. When people ask you how you're doing, is your default answer, oh, so busy, stressed, slammed? Any of that sound familiar to you? I know it has for me in the past. It has for so many of the people that I've worked with. Leading yourself and leading a team to optimal productivity, that's a major challenge. I find that entrepreneurs, agency, business owners, leaders of all kinds struggle with this. And there's some strategies that I believe can make a really big difference if you know what they are and if you begin to implement them intentionally. By the way, if you're watching this on the replay, please type replay in the comments so I know you were here. I love to connect with people. For those of you who don't know me, my name is William Attaway, and I am a mindset and leadership coach. I help high-performance entrepreneurs, agency and business owners, leaders, and their teams to conquer challenging situations, to maximize their potential with clear-minded focus, with calm control, and with confidence. Mindset is 90% of the reason why people are not successful. And mindset is 90% of the reason why people are successful. If you are struggling with an unhealthy mindset, with the chaos all around you, struggling with focus, with self-sabotage, fighting self-doubt, fighting imposter syndrome, I can help you. I have been a student and practitioner of leadership for over 30 years. And I've been coaching leaders for the last 25 years. You can book a call with me at williamattaway.com. So let's get started today. I want to begin with a question. What is your biggest struggle when it comes to productivity, making the most of your time? Go ahead and type that in the chat. What is your biggest struggle when it comes to this? Man, so many people struggle with so many different things. And what I want to do is begin with the first strategy. The first strategy I want to share with you, I've seen this bear so much fruit, is this: stop multitasking. Stop multitasking. There was a study done at the University of California at Irvine. It said that after you and I are interrupted from our flow state, after we get interrupted, it takes 25 minutes to regain the level of productivity that we had before we were interrupted. 25 minutes. That results in hours of lost productivity. That increases our frustration. It increases our stress. Can you relate to this? I'm in the middle of writing something. I'm in the middle of writing, and I'm in flow state. And then I get a notification. Ding! Or something flashes up. A banner on my lock screen. Oh, it just take a second. And you reach over and you grab it and you see, okay, yeah, 30 seconds. And then you put the phone back down. Where was I? The study at the University of California at Irvine said it takes 25 minutes to get back to your flow state. Let me ask you, how many times does this interrupt you in the course of a day? How many times does this interrupt you in the course of an hour? Think about how many hours are lost if it takes you 25 minutes to get back to your flow state, to get back to where you were when you were interrupted. This doesn't have to be technology interruptions, of course. It could be that you're in your office and somebody pokes their head. Not, hey, do you have just a second? It's never just a second. Do you have just a minute? It's never just a minute, is it? 25 minutes to get back to where you were before you were interrupted. We think we can multitask. We think we can just, hey, I'll do both of these things at the same time. I can talk to you and keep thinking about this. You can't. Your brain does not work that way. What you're doing is you're actually switching. You're switching between tasks. And that is not efficient. It's not effective. What you need to understand is multitasking is a myth. You need to stop it. You have to incorporate what I call time blocking. This is what I work with my clients on, helping them understand how time blocking can help them to maximize their time, can help them to stop the interruptions, to stop what they think is multitasking, but in truth is a waste of hours in a week. This is part of what I call clear-minded focus. This is what I work with clients to achieve. There's so many exercises, so many tools and strategies that we can use to help you move from the chaos that's all around you to move to clear-minded focus, that state where you're able to focus on exactly what you need to be focused on in this moment. Does that sound good to you? This one strategy alone, stopping multitasking, blocking your time, clearing your focus, this can help you regain hours every single week for the rest of your life. This is a tool, this is a strategy that costs you nothing. You simply have to choose to do it. There are resources that I provide for my clients to help them do that. That's the how. What I want you to understand is the strategy. The strategy itself is to stop multitasking. So let me ask you, do you constantly find yourself multitasking, really just switching from task to task? Type switching if you're doing this now. Type switching in the chat. If you find yourself being interrupted constantly by other people or by technology, type switching in the chat. This is a real struggle, and it's one that can be overcome. And this is what I help leaders to do. That's the first strategy. Stop multitasking. Stop buying the myth. It's not real. It's not helpful. It will not help you get where you want to go. The second strategy that I want to share with you today is this. Determine what the best use of your time is. Determine what the best use of your time is. I have a sticky note on my monitor here at my desk. It's been here for many years, and it has a question on it. It's a question that I see every single day. The question is this: is this the absolute best use of my time right now? Is this the absolute best use of my time right now? Fact is, many of us experience what I call time drains. And this is when you think something's just going to take a minute, just going to take a second, just going to take 2, 3, 5 minutes. And then you look at the clock and it's been 30, or it's been an hour, or it's been 2 hours. These are time drains. Where's that time going? So often we don't know. One way to understand and strategize to regain hours that you're losing currently is to determine what the best use of your time is right now. Determine what that is. You pre-decide, you predetermine. But first you have to understand where your time is going. This is what I work with clients on, to help them understand what they're currently spending their time on. You have to define where you are, reality as it currently exists, not as you wish it were, but as it really is. Then we can move forward to where you want to be. You have to ask yourself questions like this: what results do I want today? You pre-decide that, you predetermine that. What are the results that I want today? At the end of today, what's going to make me feel like today was a great investment of my time? What's going to help me to believe that I'll move the ball up the field today? What results do I want? You determine that before the day starts. You determine that long before you get in the middle of the chaos and the mess. What results do I want today? And what can I do today to take one step closer to those results? What can I do to help me move one step closer? You determine that, you decide that, you choose that. I tell clients all the time, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. I want to help you choose wisely. I want to help you choose a better way. What actions are going to be most effective to move you toward the results that you want? It begins with the question, is this the absolute best use of my time right now? You have to determine what the best use of your time is. Once you have decided that, you've clarified the results you want, then you determine what actions that I can take to move me closer. What are the daily actions that I need to take? Daily actions repeated over and over again become habits. What habits do I need to build in order to get where I want to go? It starts with your mindset. It starts with your belief about your time. And the fact is, you and I have the same 168 hours a week everybody else has. You and I have the same 168 hours a week that the greatest leaders throughout history have had. What are we going to choose to do with them? That's a decision. And when you pre-decide, you predetermine the decision, that helps you move towards success intentionally. So that's the second strategy. Determine what the best use of your time is before the day begins, before the week begins. And there are strategies that I use with my clients to help them to develop these. I help them understand how they can put this into practice. I work with them to help them get there. That's the second strategy. The third strategy, boy, this might be the most challenging for you, but it is incredibly critical. It is a skill that you have to learn, that you have to develop. Here it is. Delegate frequently. Delegate frequently. Here's what I know. You're a leader, then you have the capacity to create other leaders. You develop other leaders intentionally. Only a leader can develop a leader. A follower can never develop a leader. Only leaders create other leaders. And the way we do that is we delegate. We help to empower them and encourage them and equip them to take on something new. We hand them something and say, I believe you can do this well. What are you doing, leaders? What are you doing that somebody else can do? What are you doing that somebody else can do at least 80% as well as you can? Ooh, wait, 80%? Man, that's a C in school. Is that good enough? If somebody else can do something 80% as good as you can, then you need to hand it off. This frees up margin in your world. It frees up hours in your week, which is the goal of this. I want to help you find those hours. I want to help you move from being busy, slammed, overwhelmed, to being balanced. And part of that is learning how to delegate effectively. Hey, I'm gonna hand this off to you, but I'm not just gonna throw you in the deep end. I'm not just gonna hand this off and say, well, I hope that goes well. No, we're gonna do it together. I'm gonna do it and you're gonna watch. And then we're gonna do it together. And then you're gonna do it and I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna coach you and I'm gonna help you. And then you're gonna do it. I'm gonna hand it off. This is gonna be your responsibility. And you're gonna get better and better and better. And I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna equip you. I'm gonna empower you. But you're gonna do it. Leaders develop other people. Leaders create other leaders. Delegating frequently is a challenge. And one of the reasons this is a challenge, particularly for entrepreneurs and business owners and agency owners, is because they've started something new. This is their baby. And it's really hard to hand your baby off, isn't it? It's really hard to hand responsibility and authority for something off to somebody else who, well, they're not you. They don't have the same investment level you have. Can they be trusted really to do it even 80% as well as you can? That's where you come in. Delegation is not just handing off a task. It's handing off a task and coaching them, teaching them, equipping them, encouraging them, empowering them to do it well. When you do this, what you will find over time is that you are freeing up hours every week in your calendar. This creates margin for you to be able to lead at a higher level, to spend time doing what only you can do. But first, you have to free up those hours. And too often, I find business leaders, I find agency owners, I find entrepreneurs who have traded a 9-to-5, 40-hour-a-week job for freedom in a 60 to 80-hour-a-week job where they're the boss. That's not a great trade. There's a better way. By delegating, by empowering other people frequently, this is going to help you to free up hours. So let me ask you, do you struggle with this? Do you struggle with delegating? If you struggle with it, I want you to type control in the chat, because that's really the core issue. You're having trouble handing over control to somebody else. That's a mindset issue. And this is something that I work with clients on to help them understand that this is important. This is part of clear-minded focus. This is part of moving from chaos to a place of calm. This is what I can help you do. This is what I do with all of my clients. Do you struggle with delegating? If you struggle with delegating, then you are never going to move from busy to balanced, because this is a key element. I've talked about working with clients, and if you really struggle with this and you want to book a call with me to get some help with what I'm talking about, this is what I do. I help leaders, I help their teams. I work one-on-one with entrepreneurs, with agency and business owners, and with leaders to help them to pursue optimized productivity as the team leader. So goes the leader, so goes the team. I also have a mastermind group where leaders can learn from and grow with other entrepreneurs, other leaders, other agency and business owners, because community matters. Community matters to your health. It matters to your mindset. It matters to your leadership. Having the right people around you is part of optimizing your productivity, your growth, and your health. Nothing is going to change until you change something. Let me ask you, are you in community with other leaders where you can share your struggles, where you can celebrate your wins, where you can compare best practices and ideas to help each other to learn and to grow? If you're in community like that, I want you to type community in the chat. And if you're not yet, I want you to type not yet. Not yet. It's coming, but not yet. And if that's where you are, if you're not in a community like that yet, I can help you. I lead mastermind groups that create exactly what I'm describing. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway from what I shared today. Type it in the chat. I'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway is. My goal is for these experiences, these LinkedIn Live events, to continue to grow. I would love for them to continue to help people where they are. And remember, if you want some help implementing the strategies that I'm talking about, optimizing your leadership skills, optimizing your mindset, and optimizing your productivity, you can go to williamattaway.com and book a call with me. I want to tell you how much I appreciate your time today. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative for you. But remember, information without application is not effective. You have to take action. You have to do something with it. I challenge every client I coach to take action. If you want different results, then you have to do something different. And knowing what to do and when to do it matters. Keep learning. Keep growing. Be relentlessly intentional about clear-minded focus. Determine the best use of your time and learn to delegate frequently and consistently. You will never regret it. Thanks for being here.